I know you've had a pretty good run up till now. Your very first one's probably pretty fresh on the mind.
Right,
What did
right.
that deal look like? How'd you find it? Let's go there.
Yeah, that was fun. So we did a lot of research. I did a lot of research before we jumped into real estate. Thankfully, we kind of had made the decision 6 or 8 months before I quit my W-2, and so I had all the knowledge, but needed to start taking action. So we ended up moving from Georgia to Florida, started brand new real estate businesses. You've heard that from Mallory, and I just started hitting the pavement trying to find deals, off-market deals, basically. So I knew to cold call, drive for dollars, make offers on the MLS. Well, ended up just talking to a new neighbor, telling him what we do, kind of just networking, but being friendly, being a neighbor. And he said, "Hey, there's a house down the street. I've always had my eye on it. It looks horrible. You can barely see the thing." He gave me the address. So I looked up the seller, tried cold calling, could never get a good number, could never reach her. And drove by and just knocked on the door 2 or 3 times and never got anybody. There was always a car in the carport. Ended up talking to a neighbor to try to find, what's the schedule? Who is this? What's the deal, with the house? And they kind of gave me her schedule. So not really lucky, but kind of went in that time zone when she should be home. And sure enough, she was walking to the mailbox, and I just got out of the truck and walked up, introduced myself.
Stalking her.
Yeah, and just said, "Hey." And it was, we were really blessed because you're super nervous. It's your first deal. You've never talked to a homeowner. Everybody hates people just walking up to them and talking to them. I'm home. I don't, leave me alone. And I kind of said, "Hey, I'm a real estate investor. Would you be interested in an offer on your house?" And she said, "Yeah, I would." I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't think it was that easy. And so we negotiated. She said she needed to move in 2 months. So we had plenty of time. But we had a lot to work through, and the house was bad. It was a hoarder house, animal house, cats, the whole, everybody's seen the very disgusting houses.
Sure,
This
smelled
was that
like
one.
a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. I walked in, and you're a little surprised. It's your first deal, and you walk in and you go, "You live here?" Oh, trying to be nice.
And you have to have the poker face.
Right. I'm like, "Oh, this is good." Don't look at the ground, look at the walls. It looks great.
Just watch
but
your step.
I ended up asking her what she wanted. She wanted payoff, and I didn't know numbers that well. I'd never done a deal, and so I kind of ran the numbers with a very conservative ARV and gave her an offer, and she accepted it. She was like, "That's fine. That'll work for me." And so I went through. I didn't know if I was going to flip it or wholesale it. Everybody suggests wholesaling your first few deals. And I got an inspector out there, kind of told me what was going on. And I said, "Well, let me just throw it out there to a couple investors in the area and see what someone will give me." And someone ended up offering me $43,000 over what I had it under contract for. And I said, "Well, I'll take that." We'll wholesale it.